For more on this, let's bring in France 24's Emmanuelle Chaze in Kyiv. Emmanuelle, this morning in Ukraine, there were strikes on residential buildings in the east. What more can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. In fact, during the last 24 hours, it's 6 people who died in the east and 27 who were injured in strikes on civilian infrastructures. Now, this morning, 6 buildings have been hit in the city of Kramatorsk, northeastern Ukraine. 1 person died, 7 people have been injured. And in those strikes, we see that the Russian troops fire indiscriminately with mortar, missile, drones. There's even reports of the use of cluster ammunitions against civilian. And let me draw your attention on one figure that the United Nations established since the beginning of the war. We are talking about almost 22,000 civilians who have been victim of this war by strikes or being executed. We're talking about over 8,000 people dead, over 13,000 people injured. Today, the Ukrainian army said that over the past 24 hours, it was 100 assaults from the Russian forces against civilians only.
Emmanuelle, now all of this comes, of course, as fighting continues to intensify around that key city of Bakhmut in the east. What's the latest on the situation there?
The situation continues to be very, very difficult, very complicated in Bakhmut, in and around Bakhmut, with very heavy fighting. Even the head of the mercenary group Wagner, Yevgeny Prigozhin, acknowledged that his men were in difficulty. They were under constant fire from the Ukrainian defense. And there have been questions here in Kyiv as to why does this Ukrainian defense remains in Bakhmut, where so many lives are being lost on both sides. But the strategy from Kyiv is to continue defending Bakhmut because of the losses it inflicts upon the aggressor, both material and in terms of Russian soldiers, Wagner mercenaries who are dying in this assault. Kyiv believes that it is weakening the Russian forces and that this will help an incoming Ukrainian counteroffensive.
Emmanuelle, thank you for that. France 24's Emmanuelle Chaze, they're reporting from Kyiv.